On the Eisenhower, the world's most powerful aircraft carrier, 3 U.S. supersonic stealth Talon fighters were launched from the deck under the guidance of ground crew. They shot off toward the Middle East at Mach 5 for a bombing mission. Soon, Talon 2 reached the target zone, locked onto the enemy radar array, rolled out of formation, and dove toward the target, firing 2 air-to-ground missiles that destroyed it instantly. Then, braving heavy anti-aircraft fire, it moved to the next target. At that moment, the enemy's SAM system locked on and fired 2 missiles. The pilot hugged the ridge lines, using the terrain to detonate them prematurely. Meanwhile, Talon 3, under heavy cannon fire, fired a missile that destroyed the SAM site, then accelerated and took out a convoy racing to assist. Elsewhere, the squad leader in Talon 1 dodged a rain of anti-aircraft shells and locked onto the enemy command center, firing a thermobaric missile. The massive explosion marked a successful first combat drill. Back on deck, the colonel called the 3 pilots into the ready room with a secret assignment: train an AI-controlled unmanned fighter. That night, a bat-shaped dark gold aircraft silently landed on the carrier, without a pilot in sight. This AI fighter, named Eddie, had incredible learning capabilities, the most advanced weapons, a metal magnetic composite frame, facial recognition within 5 kilometers, and a dual-engine pulse detonation plus scramjet system capable of Mach 6. The colonel explained the mission: teach Eddie all their combat flight skills. 4 fighters took off together for training. To the captain's surprise, Eddie mastered complex maneuvers just by recording their flight paths. The pilots were joking about being replaced when an urgent order came: fly to northern Myanmar for a bombing run. CIA intel said 3 terrorist leaders were inside a scam compound there, planning an attack on the US. The fighters turned toward the target, hitting Mach speeds, but scans revealed the building had a 15-foot thick, steel-reinforced concrete roof. Their missiles couldn't penetrate it unless fired from the side, which would collapse the building and kill over 1,000 civilians. When everyone felt stuck, Eddie calculated a solution: dive vertically at 2,000 feet per second to boost missile speed enough to punch through the roof. But such a dive was extremely dangerous, subjecting the pilot to over 9 times their body weight.